have seats. If everybody would be willing to stand and scoot their chair up about 6 inches, which allows more room in the back for people to stand in the back. Or 2 feet, 6 inches, 2 feet. Good evening. We would like to welcome you to the April 23rd regular meeting of the Southwestern School District Board of Directors. I would like to call this meeting to order at 6:38 p.m. We are grateful that you have joined us in person or online from home. The purpose of our meeting this evening is to conduct the business of the Southwestern School District. Prior to this public meeting, we did have an executive session where we covered personnel issues. We will have 2 opportunities during the meeting for public comment, and we ask that if you would like to be recorded in the meeting minutes as being in attendance, or if you have a desire to address the board, that you fill out a form located in the atrium. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, and will you please remain standing for a moment of silence in honor of Jim Schaefer, a Southwestern teacher who lost his battle with leukemia last week.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we move on, I would like to take a moment to discuss a word I think we may hear a lot this evening, and that is impact. Impact, by definition, is a force of impression on one thing by another. The loss of Mr. Schaefer last week was profound, and walking through our high school on Tuesday, it could be felt everywhere. I've had time to read through comments left by past students and coworkers in his honor. They referenced funny stories, like when he, quote, dressed up as a ceiling fan during COVID, because that was all he could see in his kids' computer screens. Or left poignant comments as to how his classes, quote, made coming to school a little easier, or was, quote, enjoyable, even when my grades were suffering. Impact often isn't shown to those creating it until it may be too late to share it. This evening, we will get to hear just how impactful some of our staff are, and we are very, very lucky to have them here to join us tonight. I urge you all, at home or present, to reach out to those who have made an impact in your life and let them know they may need to hear it. Thank you. Mr. Mummert, when you're ready, roll call vote, please. Or roll call, no voting.
Mrs. Bauer. Mr. Beard. Here. Mrs. Brennan.
Here.
Mr. Galzella.
Here.
Mr. Gelsinger.
Here.
Mr. Leidy.
Here.
Mr. Plessick. Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mrs. Weaver.
Here.
7 present, 2 absent.
Thank you. Mrs. Bauer and Mr. Plessick let me know in advance that they would not be joining us this evening. As far as visitors go, we do have a pile of visitors that have signed in. Anyone that has signed in to speak, you will have, as I said, 2 opportunities to do that. The rest will be recorded in the minutes. This brings us to item number 6, the Connolly family donation.
Hello.
Good evening.
Don't have anything planned to say. I just Our family has a magnolia tree that we would like to dedicate in Kinley's honor on her 9th birthday, if that's allowed, to West Manheim, her school.
Thank you. Of course, it's allowed. So what we would ask is that the board would ask you to work with Mr. Osborne, who is aware, and Mr. Kump, and then we'll find an appropriate place on the grounds. And I know that you asked for a little celebration honor, which we think is a great idea. And
Great.
we're grateful to accept the donation, although sad that we have to. But we are hopeful that, it'll keep everyone, Kinley in everyone's mind, and also celebrate her life there.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Picked Danny up at baseball, so take care.
Good luck if they're playing
Yes.
the game.
This brings us to our West Manheim 5th grade presentation.
All right, good evening. Last month, we got to hear from some amazing 6th grade students at the middle school. And administratively, we thought it'd be great to continue to hear from some amazing students. Now, we have 4 fantastic elementary schools, all with really unique experiences, but at the heart of everything, we're teaching students to grow and learn and thrive. Tonight, we are going to continue that celebration coming from a student experience. We have West Manheim kicking off our four elementaries, talking hopefully in the months ahead and all of our schools. So I'm really excited to turn this over to 6 of our West Manheim ponies who are here tonight. The past couple of weeks, they've been working really hard. Some of them are a little nervous. They came up with what they want to share as their 5th grade experience of the memories that they've had while they were at West Manheim. So my fellow ponies, I have Andrew and Kenyon and Kaylin and Briar and Aria. If you can come on up. Did I call everyone? Oh, and Caleb, sorry. Come on up, guys. And whenever you're ready, there's no order. They are here and they're really excited to share with you the highlights that they've had. Oh,
Or
yeah.
just pull it off. Go ahead and pull it off because they're different heights. The kiddos are all
All right.
different.
And they asked if it could stay because we talked about it a little bit. Is that okay? I'm going to angle it down.
And don't be nervous. We're all nervous up here too. It's totally fine.
Okay. To start this off, I would like to thank both my West Manheim teachers, Ms. Bamberger and Mrs. Fay. They've made learning fun. I could prepare a 30-minute presentation just on their curriculum and the games and original content they like to incorporate to keep things engaging, but I will just leave things short and sweet. Thank you both. There was also an optional book club, which I loved. It allowed my fellow book lovers and I to discuss them in a greater detail. For instance, I love reading the book Ground Zero by Alan Gratz because of the historical events that were mixed with 9/11 survivors' point of view. It is also important to note that my West Manheim teachers give me the encouragement I need when I'm having a hard time. For example, my math teacher, Miss Bamberger, will help the whole class by pushing us to make notes on our review sheets, which always came in handy in the long run. In ELA, Mrs. Fay made sure that I was okay with reading and presenting a more advanced book. Next, I want to bring up the additional opportunities, peer helper and library page. I love going down to the other classes, knowing I'm helping kids learn something new and getting to share some of my experience. It makes me feel proud, happy, and just good inside. Shout out to Miss Pennings and Mrs. Long. I like knowing that this may stick with a kid for the rest of their lives. I also love assisting Mrs. Fisher, knowing I'm helping every class that's going down to the library and the staff by checking in and organizing. My last highlight, the friends I made along the way. From kindergarten until now, my friends are very supportive of me and whatever I do. They make me smile when I'm feeling sad. They always manage to make me laugh. Overall, 5th grade has been one of the best experiences. I believe I've said this at the end of every school year, though. It's hard to pick a favorite within a long list of them. Also, I cannot forget Mr. and Mrs. Evelyn and the music they've brought into my life. In conclusion, I'm here to say I have loved the school so much, made so many memories in it, and have enjoyed the variety of opportunities it has given to me. I feel that there is something for everyone in the school. I'm very excited to go into the middle school, and I know that many more memories await me. Thank you for your time this evening.
Hello, I've enjoyed my time at West Manheim, and it's probably the best school. I've never gone to another school, but I think it would have been my favorite if I ever had. I especially loved my 5th grade year because my teachers are the most amazing teachers I've ever had, and they've pushed me to become the best learner I could be. One of my favorite memories, if not my favorite memory, is BizTown because I was a CFO at the TV station and I got to learn working with others and planning out how it would be in a real business. I also loved hatching chicks in 2nd grade because we got to handle the little chicks, and I always loved that because it was so much fun to like walk into the classroom every day and put our backpack away and we'd just see little chicks in the back of the classroom. And I loved Jim Marie because it also taught us to work as a team because we got to be on teams and we got to work with others to win like almost a prize of accomplishing something, which I loved. I also love the book clubs that we got the opportunity of. One of my favorite books was Because of Mr. Trupt, and my 5th grade teachers have probably been some of my favorite teachers along with all of my other teachers because they helped me all the way through. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Briar Duckworth, and I'm a 5th grader at West Manheim Elementary. Tonight, I will speak about some opportunities I have enjoyed during my 6 years at West Manheim. First, I enjoyed peer helping. I liked getting chosen by previous teachers to mentor the younger students and assist the teacher as needed. This current year, I enjoyed going to BizTown. I personally was able to learn how to run and ultimately win a campaign for district attorney. It helped me and many other students open their minds to job opportunities that are possible in their future. Lastly, I appreciate all of the musical opportunities that are offered. For example, I was given the chance to try out and make the traveling musical group, the Troubadours, which allowed me to represent West Manheim around the community. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed my time at West Manheim Elementary School and am looking forward to my upcoming years at the middle school. Thank you for giving me this time to speak this evening.
Hi, my name is Andrew Lecron. I am a student at West Manheim Elementary School, and this is my last year there, as after this year, I will head to the middle school. Before I start, I would like to thank my 5th grade teachers, Miss Baird and Miss Holter, along with all my other teachers that I've had throughout my time as being a student at West Manheim Elementary School, as without all of them, I probably would not be here right now. Now, with that being said, here are my favorite memories from my time at West Manheim Elementary School. My first memory, or should I say memories, is all of the Booster-thon events that have happened during my time at West Manheim Elementary. These are some of my favorite events because they are an event that allows all the students in that grade to get together. It is also an event that allows you to run and do other athletic things, which is something I enjoy considering I'm the fastest student in my class. My next memory is in 3rd grade when we were doing our One District, One Book, which was 8 class pets plus 1 school divided by 1 dog equals chaos, because I was allowed to bring in my pet snake because of what the book was about. Another memory would probably be the pony show. The pony show is an assembly that happens at the end of the school year every year now. There has only been one so far, but I know there will be more. The pony show is one of my favorite events because it is very fun and lots of teachers do funny things. Next would be Jimmery, which is an event where all the 4th and 5th graders in the district participate in track and field events such as relay races, long jump, jump rope races, and dances. I like this event because you spend time practicing and preparing for it, and when it finally happens, you hopefully feel proud of yourself. My final highlight would be BizTown. BizTown is great because you get to be an adult for a day by running a business and potentially, based on your position, the town. before I end this, I would like to thank all my friends as well.
Hi, my name is Kenyon. I am also a fifth grade student at West Manheim. And I would like to say about my years at West Manheim, it's been very fun and very exciting. The field trips throughout the years were very educating and made me feel myself. The lunch ladies, they were just so nice. They did their job very well. And the custodians, they just did their job and cleaned. And I like to say that the year has gone very fast. It's been very fun. But most of all, it's been just very just loveful. Like it's just been like different than all the years. It's been like a whole new year every single time. So then it'd be 1 year, it'd be like very fun, but then 1 year it'd be even more. So then I would like to say that next year I would be a middle school student and I would like to see y'all. And that being said, go ponies.
Hi, my name is Caleb. I just want to thank all of my teachers from West Manheim. I just want to thank everybody that was there, first of all. The second is a highlight that I liked was the teaching from the teachers. When I needed the help on a assignment or a subject, they'd give me the help but not just give me the answers. Another highlight is the field trips such as Biztown because I was the mayor and I had to run and do all the things to try and get mayor, which it was hard and challenging, but I still did it. And then, but also there's other ones and they were also educational, like they said. They helped me since Biztown is a town. So like it's like if I was actually living in a town for once. And the final highlight is all the fun stuff they do for us, like the fun run, the pony show, like you said, and all those fun stuff that they do for us, like the PTO. And the idea of Mustang money just shows like their creativity and showing that if you do good, you get rewarded with Mustang money. And another time, I just want to thank all the teachers that brought me here and gave me from third, from first, from fifth, from all around. Just thank you. And thank you for letting me have my time here and talking.
Thank you guys so much. That was very brave, and it was very fun to hear about everything that you've enjoyed because your experiences were all very different. You all listed similar things when you talked about Biztown, which I've heard is pretty awesome. But other than that, you all had different experiences and drew different highlights, which I think is really neat because it showcases all the things that are available at West Manheim that you all benefited from. So thank you very, very much. And you're almost middle schoolers. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
There has to be,
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
there has to be one shout out though.
Okay.
So not only were you impressive in your speeches, not one of you used a phone.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations on that too.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's true.
You can go back to your mommies and daddies. And you are welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. You're also welcome to go home and enjoy this little bit of sunlight on this beautiful day, whatever you want to do.
You can call on you. Oh, yeah, you. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till you leave. If anybody that is standing would like to shift into a chair, please by all means, find yourself a seat. And we will keep going. Okay. This brings us to number 8, which is the recognition of the Excellence in Education recipients and finalists. Dr. B.
So this is one of our favorite evenings of every school year because it's an opportunity to applaud and actually bring publicly to you all of the excellent work that's done by our staff. And this award is a little extra special in my mind because the winners are nominated and elected and selected by their peers. And I think there's no greater compliment than to be recognized by your peers for the work that you do. Now, the people that you'll see here tonight are truly exceptional, but we also can't, not to take away from that group because they are, but it doesn't also to take away that exceptional teaching takes place every day in every one of our classrooms. Tonight, you're just going to get to we're going to get to see the finalists and the winners and honor them in a little bit of a different way. And then also we have an extra special honoree tonight and a guest who will bring it to a conclusion and share some thoughts about a teacher who had spent part of their career with us and unfortunately we lost over the last year. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Mrs. Weaver to join me, and we're going to start with the elementary finalists. And I think Mrs. Billman, you're up first.
All right, so I will start with Mrs. Cassandra Ploutz. And if you want to join us up here, Cassandra. Cassandra has been an invaluable school counselor at West Mannheim Elementary School. She passionately ensures that every student feels understood, safe, and valued and included within our building. Her dedication to the students' and staff well-being extends beyond expectations. Cassandra is instrumental in cultivating a safe, welcoming, and inclusive environment at West Mannheim Elementary, where everyone can belong and succeed. Her unwavering dedication to student potential makes her an exceptional and deeply appreciated asset and well-deserving of this recognition. Congratulations, Cassandra.
Good evening. I'm here representing Park Hills, and we would like to celebrate Mrs. Sarah Harness. Come on up, Sarah. She is our vocal music teacher that we are so honored to have at Park Hills. Sarah has been a passionate music teacher for over a decade. She doesn't look a minute like that. She is creative and exceptional in how she teaches performance-based activities with creativity, integrates literacy. She has done coursework in mental health with students. She shares her resources, and she is one of the most dynamic teachers I've ever been able to work with. And she is also a new mommy, a very dedicated new mommy, and an absolutely wonderful human being who is also teaching students to be wonderful human beings. And we are very fortunate to have Sarah at Park Hills.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Barbara Earhart. Mrs. Barbara Earhart's impact on the Southwestern School District spans an impressive 29 years. This New Jersey girl graduated from Bloomsburg University and soon found her home here in our own district. Her journey began at Emory H. Markle Middle School as a special education teacher, where she developed her skills in understanding and supporting students with diverse learning needs. After earning her Master of Science in School Counseling from McDaniel College, she made the transition to Mannheim Elementary School, serving in dual roles as school counselor and instructional support teacher. Mrs. Earhart's commitment to students is evident in her holistic approach to education. She recognizes that academic achievement is intertwined with social and emotional well-being. She models strategies and coping skills and provides specialized interventions to students. all the ingredients needed to help in the development of specialized programs like our own autistic support classrooms. Her dedication extends beyond the classroom as she actively coordinates resources and connects families with support they need to foster their children's development. This includes delivering meals to homes, joining a family to celebrate a child's birthday, and even taking road trips to Hershey Medical to visit an ill student. As mentor to other teachers, particularly those new to the district, Mrs. Earhart showcases the spirit of collaboration and support. Her interest in including our community resources has inspired the elementary Careers on Wheels, our fifth grade BizTown interviews, and former students as mentors and volunteers. She is always willing to lend a helping hand, sharing her wisdom and experience to help her colleagues grow and thrive. Mrs. Earhart's contributions demonstrate her commitment to excellence in education and her passion for serving the school community. Mrs. Earhart's passion for education extends beyond her professional life. She is a loving mother to Sam and Elliot, and supportive wife to Jason, who cherishes spending time with her family. Perhaps her own life challenges have helped her to empathize and support others in their journeys. Through her unwavering dedication, strong spirit, and compassionate heart, Barbara Earhart has made an impact on the Southwestern School District, shaping the lives of countless students and inspiring those around her. Congratulations, Barb Earhart, for your recognition as the 24-25 Elementary Excellence in Education recipient. And our middle school.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here tonight and present three wonderful individuals. The first two who are our finalists. First, we have Mr. Nick Wanamaker. Nick is a dedicated and versatile educator who brings innovation, leadership, and heart to the classroom. He has experience in both special education and regular education. He supports a wide range of learning through hands-on, real-world math instruction. Beyond the classroom, Nick is a leader in school culture and community engagement. He coordinates our Strive program, contributes to PBIS, and mentors students through our CULT Connections. We're very honored and privileged to have Nick here leading our 8th grade Team 5. Thank you, Nick. And next we have Miss Jen Hubbard. If Ms. Hubbard would like to come up. She's nervous because she doesn't know what I might say about her. Jen is a passionate and highly accomplished special education teacher and department chair at our middle school with nearly 2 decades of experience in supporting diverse student learning. When she runs her own classroom, she builds that classroom on high expectations, academic rigor, and a culture of respect, empathy, and student empowerment. As the special education department chair, Jen leads with integrity, organization, and compassion. She plays a vital role in curriculum development, scheduling professional development, and mentoring her new staff. We're very honored to have Jen at our middle school. And next up, we have our recipient of the Excellence in Education Award, Mrs. Alda Heller. Mrs. Heller is a dedicated and innovative educator who has been vital to the EHMMS community for nearly 2 decades. Known for her student-centered teaching approach, she consistently strives to meet the diverse needs of her students. She has taught in a variety of instructional settings, including co-taught classrooms and accelerated ELA, tailoring lessons to both struggling and thriving readers. Her passion for reading is evident in creative initiatives like the Million Word Club, must-read Mondays, and student competitions that inspire a lifelong love for literature. I should know I've had to buy plenty of books for my own daughter, who had her last year as a sixth grader. Mrs. Heller also integrates technology in meaningful ways through Canvas, Canva, gamification platforms, and assistive AI tools, always looking for ways to make learning both rigorous and engaging. Beyond her classroom, Mrs. Heller fosters deep student connections, often supporting students outside of school through events, lunch chats, and personalized encouragement. She's a team player who regularly collaborates with colleagues to improve curriculum and instruction, and she's known for her creativity. From crafting personalized classroom materials with her Cricut to organizing team-building activities that uplift the entire school community, Mrs. Heller's service extends across multiple programs and committees, including SAP, IEP, and GIEP support, summer learning, and curriculum development. Her commitment to educational excellence and student success and a culture of care makes her an outstanding representative of EHMMS and the teaching profession, and this year's recipient of the Excellence in Education Award. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very honored tonight to talk about our three candidates at Southwestern High School. All three of them combined have 54 years of experience in education, so they were all very worthy applicants here, or nominees this year for our excellence in education. The first finalist was Ms. Tammy Fritz, okay, and I don't know if Tammy's here or not tonight, but I'll talk about Tammy. Tammy started at Southwestern in 2007. In the classroom, she's a dedicated teacher who truly cares for all of her students and supports them beyond the classroom. She was very integral over the years in our transition program, helping kids transition into the workplace. And she's also our yearbook advisor, and there's a special place in heaven for her for that. As a former yearbook advisor, it's a hard job. She's always at our sporting events taking pictures, always at our musicals, concerts, you name it, anything going on in the high school, you see her taking pictures for the yearbook. She was the former advisor for our Mustang Depot, our school store, class advisor to the classes of 2014, 2019, and 2026. And she's in the drama department as the publicity and stage manager. The student that nominated Miss Fritz said, "Miss Fritz is one of the best teachers I ever had. She's understanding, kind, funny, relatable, sweet, and patient." I couldn't agree more. Congratulations to Tammy Fritz. Our next finalist was Mrs. Janet Goss. You're good right there, yeah. Janet started at Southwestern in 2006. She's in the physical education and health department. She does a lot in our high school. In the classroom, I could say she's a very dedicated teacher with unlimited energy and a passion for education. And if you ever drive around campus, you'll see her running, whether it's in the morning or the evening. I'm driving home and I'm like, Janet's running, okay? And so she has a great energy level for health and PE, obviously. It's a great fit for her. Her students said about her that Mrs. Goss puts in so much time year-round with cross-country, track, varsity club, and makes every student feel special. She is the varsity club advisor. She was class advisor to the class of 2023 and the current class advisor to the class of 2027. Link crew advisor, cross-country coach, track and field coach. My favorite story with Janet was our sons played club basketball together many years ago. And I had the opportunity to coach against her one time. If you ever coach third or fourth graders, I had a pretty good team. She didn't. And my team wound up winning pretty bad. And, I was telling the third graders, please stop scoring. I'm in the timeout going, hey, we're practicing passing tonight, guys. Okay. At the end, she came out with a straight face and she said, really, Keith? Really? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, I'm just joking with you. She has a great sense of humor. So congratulations, Janet, on being a finalist. And Southwestern High School's Excellence in Education Award winner this year is Mrs. Kristen Frederick. Kristen joined Southwestern in 2008, and she is a mathematics teacher in the high school. She does a lot outside the classroom, just like everyone up here. Okay, she's the diving coach for the past 10 years, class advisor to the classes of 2013, 2017, 2021. She's a new teacher mentor to several new teachers we've had over the years here. Southwestern Academy teacher, social committee, and scheduling committee. I think the thing that the staff enjoys most about Kristen right now is 2 years ago, she started pancake breakfast for the staff, okay? And so every other week, she is in the library making pancakes, so it's a big hit, and it does help build the culture and climate of the high school. The students said about her, I loved Mrs. Frederick as math teacher. She's a very good teacher. She's always nice and helped me to get better understanding in algebra. She always has a smile on her face. And outside of the school here, she is in the Girl Scout leader. And please let me know when they're sewing cookies again, because I have a problem with that. All right. And she's a new mom to her baby daughter, Penelope. Congratulations, Kristen.
And I would like to recognize our honorary recipient of our Excellence in Education Award, Caitlin Riddle, and Chad Riddle is here this evening. When Chad heard that Caitlin was going to receive this recognition, he asked if he could speak on Caitlin's behalf. And we thought that there wasn't anything more appropriate than Chad being able to recognize Caitlin this evening. So,
thanks, Jake. So, I'm going to do my best to get through this. I had the pleasure of not only being married to Caitlin, but also working with her as a kindergarten teacher. And that's a big reason why I felt it was appropriate for me to be the one to kind of honor her. Excellence in Education is a title fit for Caitlin. She embodied what it meant to be a dedicated educator throughout her 12-year career as a kindergarten teacher, with the final 7 years occurring at West Manheim Elementary. She was a dedicated educator that always put her students first. She set high standards for herself as well as her students. This drive for excellence would often have her setting aside time each weekend to ensure that her lessons were differentiated, thorough, and effective. Caitlin ensured that her students were always growing by immersing herself in professional development, which ultimately led her to be an early adopter of the science of reading at Southwestern. Caitlin taught in a way that instilled a love of learning in her students. She enjoyed teaching her students to read, believing that success in reading and writing would lay the foundation for her students to be successful in life. Her students often came in not knowing their letters and left as readers and writers soaring above grade level expectations. Whether it was bringing nursery rhymes to life with her kindergarten colleagues, integrating science activities with literature, or coordinating hands-on math experiences, Caitlin made learning come to life. Caitlin had always wanted to be a teacher since she was a little girl, often dragging her family off to play school. To say working at Southwestern was anything but a dream would be an understatement. She loved the families, she loved her colleagues, but most of all, she loved her kids. As her final year unfolded, Caitlin exemplified the true essence of strength. Sorry, we all knew this was going to happen. While going through treatment, not once did I hear her complain or grumble or get upset. When most people would have been sidelined with treatment, Caitlin made it a mission to show up for her kids. I remember sitting in so many oncology appointments, and the first thing she said is, when can I get back to the classroom? And I looked at her and I said, what are you doing? Just take care of yourself. But that was most important to her. Sometimes in education, we as a staff are just burned out and tired. Watching her show up every single day when she had every reason not to gives me the inspiration, gives me the drive, the determination that I have no reason but to show up for my kids. And that's the same way that every single teacher at West Manheim feels too. She served as a reminder of just how special it is to impact the lives of others. I find myself using her story and outlook as inspiration on how I need to carry myself as an educator, and I know all of her colleagues still do the same. Caitlin was and will always be a true inspiration, and even in her absence, she continues to remind us all just what it means to be excellent in education. Thank you.
No, but if you'd like to, that'd be great. Christiane, when we get to Rich's section, will you do that? Rich. While our guests file out this evening, Dr. Burkhart has asked that I continue on. So, Dr. Friel, number 9, additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda. Do you know of any?
We do not have any.
Thank you. All right, this brings us to the first public comment section of the agenda. Hearing of persons who wish to address the board. Prior to the meeting, I had one person sign in to speak. Would you like to, Mr. Carr, would you like to speak now or at the end? At the end? Thank you. I didn't receive any other forms. So, is there anyone else in the audience this evening that would like to speak on an agenda-related item before we move on? Seeing no one, I'd like to move on at this time. This brings us to number 11, action on minutes. There are 3 different minutes listed here, March 3rd, March 7th, March 25th. Does anyone have any comments, questions about any of the meeting minutes as they are posted? Seeing no concerns, we will move forward. This brings us to our lovely student representatives. Trinia, it's up to you, girlfriend.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
All right. To start, the seniors are currently getting ready for prom, which will be held this Saturday. We have our 5 boys and girls nominees for prom king and queen. And prom will be held at Eisenhower Hotel and Conference Center this Saturday. Student Council is preparing for our last big event of the year, which is Teacher Appreciation Week. We also have our representatives for each grade except the incoming freshmen. And the upperclassmen are preparing for officer elections currently. Diversity Club is planning on having their block party in May. The girls softball team remains undefeated, so big congratulations to them. The track and field team has a record of 4-1, and they passed their fundraising goal of $12,000 and ended up raising $15,926. Girls lacrosse is 7-5 right now, and their senior night will be tomorrow at 7 in the stadium against New Oxford. And then they have a home game against Hempfield on Friday. Boys lacrosse is 9-2, and they play New Oxford away tomorrow night. Baseball is currently 1-11, and tennis is 14-1. Our sophomore class is currently trying to plan one last fundraiser before the end of the school year. Varsity Club recently picked their executive board for next school year. Triam recently had a fundraiser at the Shepherd's Farm last weekend for the first time with the performance from students and activities on the farm for the kids.
Wonderful. Thank you. Do you have your dress for prom? Are you ready? Oh, I hope you have a wonderful time. Awesome. Okay, so this brings us to number 13, matters for which board action is required. Personnel Committee, Mr. Smith.
I'm making a motion to approve the entirety of 13A, 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Smith and a tandem second from Director Delazella and Director Gelsinger. Any comments or questions in regards to personnel?
All the
Okay.
standard stuff.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Beard.
Yes.
Mrs. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. Gelsinger.
Yes.
Mr. Galzella.
Yes.
Mr. Leidy.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mrs. Weaver.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Thank you. Moving on to 13B, Finance and Support Services Committee, Mr. Gelsinger.
Making a motion for 13B, 1 and 2. Second.
A motion from Mr. Gelsinger and a second from Mr. Leidy.
Standard payments.
Standard payments for the month. Hearing no comments, roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. Gelsinger.
Yes.
Mr. Galzella.
Yes.
Mr. Leidy.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Beard.
Yes.
Mrs. Weaver.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
This brings us to 13C, Program Committee, Mr. Beard.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Southwestern School District Diversion Program for the 25-26 school year.
Second.
And would also like to thank Dr. Burkhart for compiling this.
I have a motion for Mr. Beard and a second from Mr. Smith. Comments in regard to the diversion program?
Just as well, I'd like to thank Dr. Burkhart for developing the diversion program. It's something we've worked on extensively, and I'm happy to see it come to fruition. And I think it'll assist some of our kids that have that first unfortunate infraction.
And to you, Mr. Galazelli, because really, truly, this was the genesis of your idea, and we molded it from there. So I appreciate it as well, because I think it gives our kids an opportunity to, if they've made a mistake, to atone for it in a way that doesn't cause a significant disruption to their education.
Should we just note for anyone watching that we haven't actually released this yet? After approval, it'll be available for people to observe, I guess, tomorrow on the website. But this is a program that was designed around somebody who makes a singular mistake, but has been a good student overall, to try and, do something to improve that, rather than just get suspended and kind of, they get the same thing that everyone else gets that have been maybe multiple offenses and things like that. So it's, like you said, I believe it was Matt's kind of baby for a while now, and we appreciate the administration's effort to get it through. I think that we were hoping for it to come by next year, and we're ahead of schedule, so that just shows the dedication you guys have put into it.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Gelsinger?
Yes.
Mr. Galzella?
Yes.
Mr. Lady?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Beard?
Yes.
Mrs. Brennan?
Yes.
Mrs. Weaver?
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
13D, Buildings, Grounds, and Equipment Committee, Ms. Brennan.
Thank you. I make a motion to approve 13D 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
A motion from Ms. Brennan and a second from Mr. Smith.
Just capital reserve activities for March and a capital reserve project activity for March as well.
Any questions? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Galzella?
Yes.
Mr. Lady?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Beard?
Yes.
Mrs. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Gelsinger?
Yes.
Mrs. Weaver?
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Okay, then.
There's our sign.
Meeting.
The electric bill was paid.
That was Nate very excited that we just put those through. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Still daylight.
Moving on to 13E, Student and Community Relations Committee, Mr. Lighty.
I have nothing for the board. I just wanted to mention for the public and for our visitors today that I very much appreciated the showing of the West Manheim kids today. I want to thank Dr. Bonds for facilitating that, and I very much look forward to visits from all of our schools in any kind of a musical manner or whatever. So as it comes to student community relations, that was amazing, and look forward to seeing some more.
Thank you, Mr. Lighty. 13F, Policy Committee, Mr. Galzella.
I have no business other than Dr. Dalton did send me the the policy edits that we made at the last meeting. I didn't get them to, I guess they just didn't make it to this one. They will be on the next one with those edits that Mr. Letty suggested, as well as.
And there's a 30-day read anyway, so we wouldn't have been able to put them on the agenda
Okay.
since it was only 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
So we would
okay,
have
that's
had
the
to
other
do
one.
it next
Okay.
month. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. 13G, Mental Health and Wellness Committee, Ms. Brennan.
Thank you. No report. Just a reminder, we have our meeting, the Mental Health Wellness Committee meeting on Friday at 9 to 10:30 max.
Thank you. Negotiations Committee, Mr. Gelsinger.
Nothing.
Thank you. Safety Committee, Mr. Galazella.
No report.
Okay. Number 14, Legislative PSBA Report and Related Action. Anybody have anything they'd like to add for that section? Okay. All right, this brings us to number 15, Reports and Related Action. We gave it a shot last month and it worked out pretty well. Do any board members have any questions or comments on any of the submitted reports under 15A through 15E11 that they would like an administrator to come to the microphone for? Okay.
Can I make comments? Sorry,
Yes,
I threw
yes,
a
that's
curveball.
well, hold on.
All right.
Do we have any administrators that would like to add additional comments to their submitted reports for the board? Dr. Burkhart.
So I apologize. I wasn't here because my daughter got married. So, yay. Still can't believe it. So just a couple comments. First and foremost, today is Administrative Professionals Day, and I can't say enough about our entire team. across this whole district. When you wonder why the district runs as smoothly as it does, it's because of them. And when it's not running smoothly, it's because of me. Trust me. So they are fantastic. I also believe this is School Bus Drivers Week. So we cannot go a minute without saying how important those folks are to us. They are the first face that greets our children and the last face that takes them home. And most importantly, they get them to and fro safely. So thank you to all of them and for the work they do. And I can't say enough about our fifth grade students here tonight. What they presented was outstanding. And again, I'll shout out to them. Most kids use their phone as their notes, and they actually went old school and typed it out and wrote it. So very, very impressed by that as well. And then also congratulations to our Excellence in Education winners. I think you saw the words and the comments that were made speak for themselves. And I also like the added touch of when you ask the students what they think. And we heard that from our fifth grade students too, commenting about what a difference in their lives their teachers have made. And then also finally, I know prom is coming up. And so I want to give best wishes for a safe and enjoyable prom. I know you guys will have a great time. You should be looking forward to it because they're lifelong memories. So best wishes for a great night. And that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Any other administrators would like to add to their submitted reports? Okay. Oh, Jeff, hello.
Yes, just
Really, Jeff? Really? Jeff, who usually shortens everyone else? No, I'm just kidding. Go to town.
Just a brief summary of today's bond sale. We sold bonds today in the market. Because of our strong credit rating, AA minus, and our good reputation in the market, we had a good sale despite the market. The size of the bond issue was $13,830,000, a little bit less than the $14 million because we sold all of the bonds at a premium, totaling $405,975.95. So when you take out all the costs, the district will net the $14 million that we were desiring to complete the financing for the high school project. Total interest rate on the borrowing is 4.6732%. The bonds will expire in 2050, 25 years in length. And the district was able to save $45,000 to $60,000 by not needing bond insurance because of the strength of our credit rating. And when you look at credit ratings, it's just important to note that the size of the district's fund balance has a whole lot to do with that credit rating. So I just wanted to bring that to the board's attention, and that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mummer. That's exciting, expensive news. Very exciting, expensive news. Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. All right. This gets us to number 16, comments, questions. 16A is the Southwestern Education Association, Mr. Lawhead.
It's not a phone, is it?
That's okay. That's acceptable.
And I revised. It was a long day of PSSAs, so I had a lot of opportunity to write. Good evening. I've passed on the opportunity to speak a few times this year, and I'm sure that's to the delight of Mr. Mummert and others. But tonight I felt compelled to speak. School boards and administrators and associations will always have disagreements and friction. I liken it to three cars driving on the highway and trying to merge into the same lane. There's always going to be some frustration involved. Each car is going to blame each other, and there will be a little swearing involved at some point in time. But what I appreciate about working for Southwestern is that despite these issues that invariably pop up and the noise and static that follow, we all usually can refocus on the bigger picture and focus on the people that make Southwestern a great place to be. Yes, we work for you, but I know that if there's a problem with a member of the association, all I need to do is have a discussion downstairs and it becomes personal in a good way. I'm going to take a moment and recognize one of those situations, as you did earlier. Jim Schaefer passed away recently after a short battle with leukemia. It's a devastating loss for the high school staff, the high school students, the district, and anyone who was lucky enough to ever meet Jim. I'd like to share with you some words from one of his colleagues. Jim was a member of our high school team for almost 20 years. He had high expectations for his students and paired those expectations with humor and compassion. Jim spent much of his first night in the hospital writing lesson plans and figuring out how to make sure his absence didn't negatively affect his students. Just think about that. Facing devastating personal news and trying to prepare for cancer treatments in the unknown, Jim's priority was worrying about his students and team members. That unwavering commitment to public education is beyond commendable and admirable. It's just who Jim was as a person, who could face a devastating surprise with aplomb and still carry on. Jim's sense of humor was well known. His classes always began with a dad joke of the day, complete with a rim shot of his mini drum set. His creative Spirit Day outfits made students and colleagues smile, and he was always willing to share his musical talents. He was the lead guitarist and singer for the teacher house band called The Facilitators, and enjoyed performing at a variety of school events such as the Talent Show and Southwestern Education Foundation Spring Fling. He was always willing to dig deep into a tech challenge and spent much of his personal time exploring ed tech tools, developing customized learning options for his students, and helping his peers with many of their tech challenges. He was also a recipient of the Excellence in Education Award and was an example of all that is right in public education. While his teaching career began in another state, it was our good fortune that he found his way here to York County, where he will always be a Mustang. From the moment Jim and Caitlin fell ill, the answer to any of my questions downstairs was whatever they need. That's how it should be. Thank you for your compassion. I'm always proud to represent the Southwestern Education Association and the Southwestern School District. I think you saw tonight with the EIE recipients, we have a lot of great people working here at this district. Merging is always going to be difficult, but if we continue to work together, we'll continue to do great things and make this a great place to be. Go Mustangs.
Thank you, sir. This brings us to number 17, other matters for board consideration and/or action, with a discussion listed on electronic ticketing for athletic events. Hello. We're getting a PowerPoint.
Okay, so good evening. I'm co-presenting with Troy, or I'm presenting and he's co-presenting, I guess. But we've been working hard for a while now to look at what we can do to increase not only ticket revenue without having to really raise tickets incredibly high, but also make it easier for our students and parents to be able to purchase additional things. So this is what we've come up with so far. For single game tickets, we are looking at electronic payment system. There are fees that are associated with that. So much like we do with the auditorium events at the high school, we built those fees right into the ticket cost. So there will be some items that we need to purchase as far as card swipes, a few iPads, and we'll be also putting in some Wi-Fi to make those work, both at the football field, and we're looking, currently there's nothing going on at, as far as tickets at our middle school turf fields. So we're trying to obviously help, recover some costs there. So we're looking at starting to charge there as well. So for the high school, for a single game, if they buy it electronically at the gate, it would be $6 for an adult, $4 for a student. We will still always accept cash at this time. So there will be a cash line for any event. So that would be a $5 fee or $3 for student. For middle school, it is, or for junior high sports, it is a lower cost. And then we do have the one differentiator in the JV football, just because it is a little bit more popular of an event, and that is just a slight difference, and mainly just on the student side. So, next one. Broke it. It changed signal. There we go. So next, we're looking at actual season game tickets. So one of the things we're looking to offer is an all-access pass for both adult or student. These would be all electronic only, being that we need to have a QR code ticket, or they would have to be able to print the ticket for an event. But these would give them access to every sporting event for the entire school year. So that you can see the cost there. And then we have individual sport season passes, and that differentiates depending on the sport, because there's different number of games for the sport. So basically it's going to be at $5 times the number of games depending on the sport for anything at the high school level. And then the junior high level, we would be doing, and this is a discount, if you noticed from the single games, there is a $1 discount because they're buying a full season, we're giving them a $1 discount per game. Because the fees are a little bit less for us and we want to be able to provide them a discount by buying a season pass. The junior high there is, that once again, that it's going to be on the turf field. So once again, it is a $1 cheaper per game. So I do see there's a differentiator there in the student, so we'll have to get that corrected. But go to the next slide. So next is the different, these are just kind of some examples. Varsity football obviously is one of the biggest sports. So right there, we have 5 home games. The regular adult ticket would be $4 a game, $2 a game for a student. And then we do have the reserve seating in the middle. So that is an increased cost because they actually would have a reserve seat for themselves for the 5 games. The soccer season at the bottom, that is just an example of one particular season because they have 10 games. So I just put that one up there as an example of what it would look like to buy a full season of soccer. So that would be $42.25 for an adult, and it would be $21.50 for a student. So you can see there's, if you really calculate it out versus a single game, there's quite a pretty decent discount that they can get by buying a season pass. So why do we want to do this? So number of reasons. Obviously, electronic tickets, it's a lot more convenient. Most people are going to electronic ticketing at this point. Pretty much you go to Hershey Park, everybody's cashless. We're not going cashless. We don't want to be cashless, but we want to give the convenience to parents that want to buy tickets for their kids and not have to hand them cash every time they have a game, and give them that convenience of doing that. So we'll be taking, we can take credit card, we can take Apple Pay, Google Pay, any one of those features. It gives them, really good value. If they buy a full season ticket pass, they're getting quite a discount on that. And if they buy a full access for the whole year, they're getting basically almost $1 a game, which is quite a savings. And there's lots of ways that we can take the tickets. We're going to be able to, they can print the ticket at home. They can bring their phone in. We can scan it. And like I said, we'll always take cash at the gate as well. So really to wrap things up, it's the other advantages of this. We're going to be able to create much better data analytics and accountability. We'll be able to have a lot more, analytics as far as how many people are attending games. Because one of the things that we're going to do, even on cash, we're still going to enter that into the system as a transaction. I know right now, working with the business office, they talked about, the amount of cash that they have to hand out before a game. So hopefully that would go down a little bit and we can have a lot less cash floating around and have the better accountability of how many, cash tickets were sold and what should actually be expected to come back in the till after they've collected that. So it's just a great revenue source, and then being able to get revenue for our turf fields and put those towards, the other sporting events, I think would be very valuable. Everything to add, Troy?
Thanks to Patrick for putting this all together. Electronic ticketing is the way of the future and the present. When I was in Maryland, we all did electronic ticketing. If you attend one of our league games, you have to buy an electronic ticket. They do not accept cash. All PIAA playoff events are electronic. So it's just a great way to be accountable, but we will still offer cash because cash is the currency of our country. So it was important to us, especially for people who might not have a smartphone and things like that. So it's a good blend. It's a good way for us to put some more money in the athletic department without taking it from the school budget and without charging kids a fee to play, because things are not getting cheaper. And to run an athletic program, it's very costly, especially with the number of sports that we offer. So hopefully this is a easier way to produce more money and make it more convenient for our families.
And in honor of Administrator Assistant Day, I would like to recognize Alexander Raver and Ashley Osorio, who did a lot of the legwork for this. So I'd like to recognize them for that. Anybody have any questions on any of that?
So when you do your numbers for use soccer as an example, but I know it was just an example, that's with the assumption that that game is being played on the turf field. So any soccer games that are not, do we currently charge for our games on their individual fields as it stands?
We charge for most everything in the stadium, not track and field currently.
Right.
But this allows us the option to start charging for more things.
But like if our girls play on the soccer fields that way?
Only,
Because the-
only junior high soccer plays there currently.
Okay, all right.
So high school soccer's here. And that was just a guesstimation because
No, I was just trying to
this
figure out
year,
if
the
it's gonna
soccer
be,
season might be 10 home games. Next year, it's
Right.
only 8. And
Right.
this is only for home games. Like, we don't control what the other schools do.
and home games on the turf. Right? So like if the baseball players are playing over there, because they can't play on the turf,
Right.
are we charging for a baseball game as well? Or are we talking about only games and things in the stadium?
We are not talking about only things in the stadium.
just
We're
wanna make
talking
sure I was
about
understanding.
gymnasium, turf number 1 and 2, stadium. We don't currently, it's hard to charge for baseball and softball because people come from everywhere.
Right.
But then when we have a district game, we're expected to collect money for a baseball game, and it's almost too difficult to do that. But
Okay, that was kind of my question.
this
was
is
to
just a
figure out.
way of not taking money from the general budget, not charging an athletic fee to put some more money in the pot to help cover, since we've added several new sports the last couple of years, inflation and things like that. It's just getting very costly.
Okay,
I have a pie in the sky goal of putting an announcing booth at turf number 1 so we could actually announce the soccer and field hockey and lacrosse games. So that would help with some of these bigger projects.
awesome.
Anybody else have any questions? Just as far as implementation, you're good with the small amount of tech stuff you have to do to implement it, to get the Wi-Fi over to the stadium and all that?
We have some test Wi-Fi devices right now that I'll be putting on the booth, and we'll also be putting one on the side of the high school that'll point over to the turf field.
So you're confident it's not really a big deal compared to what you're used to? I'm
That will
sure.
not be any problem at all.
So if for some reason the Wi-Fi does go down because it happens, can it take offline transactions? Can
It
the
will not
machine-
take offline transactions, but we will have a backup solution of like a mobile hotspot or something.
Okay,
We can-
okay,
I believe in redundancy, so.
absolutely.
So I had a few questions.
Sure.
I heard kind of both sides of it. So we are not looking to permanently eliminate cash. This is just a additional system, or are we looking to go cashless?
I don't,
Okay.
The state of Ohio just passed a law that you have to take cash at athletic events.
Yeah.
So, and I think Pennsylvania will probably follow that.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate
our
that.
goal is to not,
Yeah.
to have cash,
Yeah,
but to make it more convenient for other folks who would rather not give their children cash and just swipe a credit card or a Apple Pay or
Right.
something like that. But no, we will still have cash.
great.
But on a Friday night, Mr. Furman won't have to bring $2,500 of startup money to the high school.
Right.
Maybe he will only have to bring 1,000, just
Oh, there's safety advantages in not carrying as much cash, management advantages of not having as much cash going circulated countouts. I can think of a couple of good reasons why an electronic system helps.
this is just in addition to cash.
Yeah,
And I
great.
think some of the families will jump on board, especially when we offer a better deal by buying the season passes and that kind of thing.
Right. The concern I have with the season pass, do we have protections in the system for you get your electronic system as a season holder and you screenshot that and share? Is it shareable, or is it going to be specific for each entry? There's a different QR. Does it?
there's a different QR code for every event, for every person. So it'll be used one time and then it will not be able to be scanned again.
All right. Thank you.
So a couple questions. What's the monthly charges gonna be?
So the devices for the credit card swipe are going to be $200 to buy. There is a $10 per month charge for those, and we're going to pay that yearly. So it'll be around $750 for the year to purchase them. And our fees that we're recovering should be enough to pay for that.
Season passes, that obviously will not include playoffs, correct?
It will not include, these are regular
So we
season
would
games
wanna
only.
Make sure that's very clear to the people buying it. And the other question I have is there a reason why you're given a discount for cash? I know why I would offer a discount for cash as a business owner, but I'm pretty sure the school district does not.
The reason is because we're not being charged credit card fees for those transactions.
So why wouldn't we, but if we offer the discount on cash as a school district, isn't that gonna drive people to pay cash? Like if we charge the
That's their
same
option.
price, you know, if we bumped everything up to the same price, no matter what, obviously we would make more money on a cash.
I personally didn't
Purchase.
feel comfortable charging somebody a transaction fee that they're not using. So to me, it's, you're paying for a transaction, and that's only for a single game anyway, because if you're buying a season, you're getting the discount as
Sure.
well.
Okay.
So to me, we're charging more the credit card because you're paying for that fee.
Okay.
I don't feel right charging
What you're-
somebody.
You're saying originally, I thought it doesn't make any sense to have the one that you're gonna purchase ahead of time be more. Usually it's the other way around, but I think what we're getting at here is cash is the preferable method almost. We're just opening up an additional method without incurring the cost of the credit cards.
The only time there's a
Way up.
price difference is if they're buying it at the gate. So if you're buying a season pass, you're getting that discount anyway.
Yeah.
So the only time you're gonna pay a difference would be at the gate. There'd be a cash discount. Technically, it's not really a discount. You're just paying more for the credit
Paying
card
regular and
transaction.
paying more for the credit card because we're incurring a fee.
Correct.
Mr. Mummer, with our RevTrak system that we utilize for other cash-based or credit card-based,
This is the system we're gonna be using. It is RevTrak Vanco.
because I'm pretty sure with that, we as the payee absorb the credit card fee on the RevTrak.
It's built in when
We
you're
pass-
doing like a
pass that
show.
cost
It's built in.
You pass the cost along. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't absorb the fee.
When you do like an outdoor, when you're doing a play, it's built into the cost. That's not what we saw when we looked at the system.
Okay, we can get back to that.
So that would go back to my point then. So if it's gonna show up as $6 plus this, we're almost
It will
incurring.
not show
No,
$6
it's
plus that.
six
We're
inclusive.
including that in the
It's
cost.
exclusive.
Okay.
So your swipe cost, you're in a retail
It's 4.3%
environment.
swipe cost. That's built into that
It's
price.
built into it, yeah.
That is
It's much easier to do that because you're having an even amount versus
Right.
having to.
Right.
Because there's a per transaction cost as well. So if you buy a season pass, it's a one-time per transaction cost, where if you're
Sure.
buying individual tickets, it's each time you buy a
But
game.
those costs are in that $6 price versus like our school cafe, where if you're applying $35 to your student account, you're paying an additional $3.95 to use a credit card. So instead of saying, oh, you're paying $40 and only getting $35 worth of food, we're observing it into the cost.
Are you looking at doing this in the concessions also?
We don't run concessions.
That's boosters.
We did look at that already, and we don't run the concessions, so there's no reason to do that there.
Boosters could do it, but yeah.
I think the athletic boosters will be interested in that, especially if there's going to be Wi-Fi now, but they run the concessions for the stadium area, and so that will be their decision.
And as a 503C, they probably have better opportunities with credit card processing with lower cost. Because for 503Cs, they offer no cost credit card processing by certain carriers, but we wouldn't have that option.
I know I can only speak for basketball, but I can tell you that, and I believe it's Central and Northeastern, I believe, are the ones that I noticed had the credit card and or cash option as well. And they did it the same way, where you pay that extra for the credit card, less if you do cash. And I can promise you, nobody had a problem using the credit card because it's way more convenient. I'm one of those people, I never have cash. And I'm like, "Ugh, you don't accept credit card?" So I don't think it's a problem at all. I don't think.
Yeah, as a parent, I'm gonna buy a season pass pretty much if I have a student in the sport anyway. So you're going to, I think most parents are, what the people that we've polled are pretty much saying that.
And I agree. I think the incentivization, the dollar off in cash will be offset. I think every parent that sent the kid had the kid at the sporting event, you hand them that 20 to pay for something. You're wondering if you're getting the change. I mean, that's also incentive to have an electronic system. So you've just paid just the cost and you don't have to manage that. And we also don't have kids running around with as much cash, which is also a good safety consideration.
Absolutely.
And the line shortening, let's not discount that. If you have an electronic ticket, I imagine we're gonna have a scanner. Is it gonna be all run through the booth?
They'll have
or-
scanners at both sides, and then there'll be a cash-only line on the one side.
Right, so the
That's what
cash
they're
only will
looking
run slower than the electronic line.
Correct.
You'll just zip right in. That's
Correct.
another convenience too.
Yeah, there'll be a learning curve, of course, and then, cash is still going to be recorded. So it won't be an instant process, but
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for developing it.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen.
thank you.
This brings us to number 18. It's our second section of visitors. Again, if you wish to address the board, please approach the microphone, state your name and township, and then feel free to let us know what you need to say. First up, I have Mr. Stephen S. Carr.
Stephen Carr, Manheim Township. It actually works. So just a few things. When watching the live stream of April 9th meeting, the live stream begins on the budget approval of 8B, where Director Smith is discussing federal funding numbers. The live stream is for transparency and for those who can't make it here, can watch it. But if we can't watch it or are unable to stream it, then people can't catch the whole meeting. We can send chimpanzees to space and send Katy Perry to the moon, but we can't get this live stream on time. That's important. The other thing I wanted to say is that 135 detentions in 2025 and 106 in 2024, again, is a major increase in detentions and disciplinary on the high school discipline report. The other one is total discipline actions went up in 2025 compared to 2024, where support decrease. We're supposed to decrease and not increase in disciplinary action. What do you think is the cause of increase in 2025? The other thing I had mentioned I had noticed is that on the nursing report, we have St. Joseph's Private School. The only St. Joseph's private school I know is the one in Hanover, which is not the Southwestern School District. Why are we recording nursing reports then as well? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone else from the audience that would like to address the board this evening? Okay, seeing no one come up. Are there any board members that would like to respond to public comment? Or announce something for the good of the order?
I'll answer the nursing question since it was asked, and actually Dr. Burkhart answered it for us prior. So St. Joseph's is in our school district. So we're required to provide a nurse there.
It's not full-time though.
It's not a full-time nurse. It's 2 hours a day. So
Just to Mr. Carr's comment about live streaming, I agree with you. It is a convenience, but it's not required. That is something that's offered by the district. The board has worked hard to make sure that happens, and we apologize that it didn't get on time, but it should be noted, it is not required. The idea that this meeting is held in public in person, so if it does fail, the meeting will continue, and we'll have to rely on our minutes for the people to understand what took place. So I just want people to understand, if it fails, the meeting is not suspended because live streaming is not required.
Yeah, that was when we implemented that policy. Actually, previous to even me being on here, it was implemented to go live stream. We just kind of opted to hold it a lot longer. But there was discussion of what if it goes down? Are we held liable? And so we were very sure that we were not liable for it going down before we implemented those things. And so, yeah, I think it's important that it be up at every opportunity, but if it doesn't, there's not much we can do. We do our best. And as far as the discipline action that you're talking about, there was an increase. And, I've been looking at this pretty regularly as well. One of the reasons there's been an increase in discipline over this year is because of crackdown on cell phone use. So there's going to be repercussions for that, which is kind of a new thing and obviously it's a very prominent thing that's going to happen many, many, many times. So there's been actually, if you remove those, it looks like there's actually some decrease there because there's so much penalties in cell phone use.
Thank you, sir. Any, yes, sir.
I wanted to add additional to the discipline numbers. The board in the past 2 years has worked very hard to increase the enforcement of infractions in our high schools. I'm happy we're doing that. Not just the high schools, but across our system, so that we don't have our students continually creating disruptions. So as we've gotten stronger with that, I think it's safe to assume that those enforcement numbers would initially go up as students adjust to that new higher level of enforcement. And then I would expect those numbers to go down over time as once that's become very clear that bad behavior is not tolerated in our schools. And so I think that's a good assumption to make when you see higher numbers last year and this year. I think we're going to see those decrease over time as people get used to extra dean of students and extra focus on those disruptions that we're clamping down on.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like for the good of the order? Okay. I do have one thing this evening. This person is not expecting this, so I'm apologizing in advance. I would like to highlight something that was sent to me. Dr. Jonna Bonds was recently recognized by the University of Pittsburgh School of Education as a distinguished alumni in teaching, learning, and leading on a nomination from her advisor, Dr. Cassie Quigley. And if I said that wrong, I apologize to her. Dr. Bonds has been employed by Southwestern for 17 years. She continues to strive to make her administration, faculty, staff, students, and community, and I'm going to add family, proud. We are very grateful for her dedication and very proud to call her our own. So thank you very much, Dr. Bonds, for what you do for Southwest. And if you're going to be mad at anyone, be mad at me. Do not be mad at your husband. He loves you very, very much. No, everybody deserves a team at home like at work. Work is a relationship, and so are our personal lives. And I think it is such a testament to all of our administrators when people that love them reach out, because they know the sacrifices we make. I know our teams up here that run point for us when we're sitting in these seats, and that's not a small lift. So I'm very grateful for my team, and I think that they deserve a recognition as well. So with that being said, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting so we can all go home to our teams? Mr. Smith is ready to go home. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Meeting adjourned at 8:02. Have a wonderful evening. Shh. Don't jinx it.
It's done. What could I do?